Hey guys! So, I'm away for a whole week once again, this time negotiating contracts in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Now I wouldn't want to leave you people without any content for so long, so here is a replay that I have been holding on to for quite a while now. This is a replay played in the ZUIHO, the Tier 5 Japanese CV, from before the times when it was nerfed heavily. Now you will see me commanding an aggressive layout of 3 torpedo bomber squadrons and 1 dive bomber squadron, cause that's what an aggressive layout actually did look like in the good old days. Now, these days you can have, in most of the Japanese CVs, up to 2 torpedo bomber squadrons and the rest will be dive bombers, at least in the lower tiers. Still, I think it will be a fun enough engagement to watch, also showcasing some Japanese CV gameplay and how you can make them work. Now, I have to say upfront that I won't play this one perfectly by a long shot. Still, I will be able to do quite some damage. So don't be discouraged if you don't land perfect hits, cause especially in Japanese CVs there will be enough opportunities to make up for your mistakes. Now, you did see me actually click the middle of the map for my ship. This is a replay bug. I actually clicked while recording the replay and it shows as if I would command my CV into the middle of the map, like no bloody way. I'm actually going to hide behind that little island right there. Now, this is quite a nice matchup. For us, we are top tier. There are quite a few enemy battleships who will be our primary targets. Right now you see me doing a bit of spotting for our team and also trying to find out who will be the first victim. Also, the cruisers on the enemy team are a lower tier, tier 4 and 5, so they will have very limited anti-aircraft fire. Now that was only one hit. It's not optimal, but it was not too bad. Again, Japanese aircraft carriers will only have the possibility to fire salvos of 4 torpedoes in one run, so you can expect at best 2 hits per run, unless the enemy turns in a really stupid way, in which case they can eat up to 3. That's quite unfortunate actually. It's a huge battleship, but we did manage to hit only with 1 torpedo squadron now. This was actually a bit of a questionable choice. I could have gone after the cruiser that just died to finish off the job that I started with the first torpedo squadron. Well, our friends took care of the job, so it's time to bring in the third one. And you will see that my first torpedo squad that I made the first attack with has already reloaded. And this was really juicy in the Japanese CVs before, cause you had an amazing rate of fire. Basically you had constantly torpedo squads in the air that could make an attack run as soon as a really juicy target popped up. It was actually quite hectic, so you will see me sometimes not noticing that one of the torpedo squads has been reloaded, so that's a mistake that will hurt my potential damage output, but overall it's still not too bad. Now there is actually an enemy fighter squad in the air who will go for the torpedo squad of our friend. Now, this is something we have to watch out for. Our planes are really not good against enemy fighters, even if they are Japanese ones. Oh, and by the way, something else, and that didn't change, our dive bomber squadrons, that consists of 4 bombers, are really crappy. They miss most of the time, and even if they do hit, they do minimal damage. Now, American ones are actually quite nice these days. At least they are usually quite good against destroyers, especially low health ones. But the Japanese ones miss bloody every time. So annoying. And you will see that quite a lot in this replay as well. Right now I'm closing in with another torpedo squadron, and this damaged battleship looks like a really solid target. He's moving slowly. He is of the US battleship category. And this should be nice. It's a good vector. Side on. Oh yes, it's too late, my friend. And there goes our first victim. Now right here you can see that torpedo squad number 2 is already ready, so I really should launch them. But I will not notice it for quite some time. Because I already have another torpedo squad in the air. And oh, look at that. That enemy destroyer just popped up on our radar, and we might go after him, but in this channel, not really a chance. And what's this? Well done, very well done. That's actually one of the enemy destroyers torpedoing one of his comrades. And honestly, I got so confused by that, of what I just witnessed. Like, what the hell did just happen that I completely missed my attack run? So, that's a shame. Those have been quite juicy targets there, but never mind. Torpedo squad number 2 is already approaching a battleship. Now, right here I already started moving my carrier away, because the right in front looks kinda shaky. So it's time to move into safer waters. Okay, now this is a fast cruiser, so really quite low health, so we should be able to make an attack run on him. It's a bit too late though. It's I did not calculate the lead correctly. He's too fast, it's very close. Okay, so we did manage to hit him with one torpedo, but we should have led that drop a little bit more. And you see, torpedo squads are constantly in the rotation. One is going home, another one is just starting, third one is reloading. It's constant work, and even though you can only a maximum of 2 torpedoes per run, well, most of the times anyway, it's constant damage and constant harassment to the enemy ships. And let's do something about these battleships trying to break through. So far the match is fairly even, but it does not look that good. The ships are going down actually quite fast on both of the teams. And yeah, we have been intercepted, so it's less than ideal. We can only make a very wide spread, as we are under attack by that fight squad. But can we make it? It looks like we can. And we are doomed, of course, here with those planes, but we still managed to score one more torpedo hit and cause some flooding to that enemy battleship. And honestly, if you get hit by a 2 torpedo widespread, then you really didn't pay any attention. Okay, so that looks like a good run. And we do manage to defend the base, so take away some capture points, but we don't cause any damage to the ship, so I guess that was a little bit of a splash maybe? Okay, so let's take care of you. This looks good. He turns, but he eats one of the torpedoes, and oh, that was so close. And it looks like he did repair instantly, so unfortunately the flooding is not going to kill him. And that few hit points that we could leave him with will bite us in the ass later on. But let's see that a little bit later. It's quite a pity that I don't have any dive bombers to try to finish off what I started. But that's the life of Japanese CVs, at least in this patch. Alright, so let's look at the scores again. Fairly even. They have 2 of the zones though, and they are ahead by 100 capture points. Nothing is lost though. And this Congo looks like a really juicy target. And I think he's going to eat some torpedoes from our friend there as well. Ooh, that was a really good hit. So let's try to pile on the damage here. In the meantime, I move the ship as far away from them as possible. Let's try to avoid to sail into their range. And this ship almost stops, so that should mean 1, 2, 3 hits. That's right, if he turns, there is a good chance that he will eat 3 torpedoes, but he really has to help us there. And here I break off the attack rank because I think that flooding will finish him. But it seems his repair did just come off. So he repairs and he stays there with minor HP, so I have to turn around. I wasted time, I wasted a plane. He starts to repair, so I will finish him off. But yeah, that was a bit unlucky. If he would not have repaired, he would have been dead, that's for sure. Okay, and we spot the destroyers once again. This is the guy who we torpedoed successfully last time. And he's in a smoke screen and so annoying. Again, this was I think my 2nd or 3rd unsuccessful drop. So, yep, Japanese dive bombers, one of the most annoying useless pieces of shit that you have the pleasure to play with. Not so the torpedo bombers though. Already 13 hits scored and you did see how many mistakes I made. Now unfortunately the situation did change from to quite bad. We have 2 destroyers, which is really bad news for us, a battleship, and also an enemy carrier, I think another ZUIHO, who is making some really good work as well on our ships, unfortunately. And he is going for our friend, the other CV. I can't really help him out here. I don't have any fighters. That's the con of a full aggressive layout. I can't do anything about the enemy planes. So let's try to focus down this enemy battleship instead, because that's pretty much what I can do at the moment. I don't know where the enemy destroyers are and I don't want to go hunting them as long as this battleship is, well, sailing directly towards me. Because I've been spotted by those planes, that's for sure. Oh, and he's on full health, that's not good news. It's a New York class battleship, which is tier 5 if I'm not mistaken. So we do have to do some work on him. He's really not making it hard to hit him. Those are 2 hits, which is not too bad, and I have another squad ready. Again, I really should launch the other one, number 4. It's just so hectic. Imagine trying to do this live. It's super hectic. Okay, so he's turning. We have to change our vector a little bit, but now he should be screwed. He's constantly turning, so he did manage to avoid most of it, but he eats another one. We do have to do some work on these guys. And I'm trying to move in my dive bomber squad. Try to finish off again that enemy destroyer. Or at least keep them spotted so I know where they are. Now it's only me and 1 destroyer, who at least managed to capture C. And now he's moving in to engage the enemy CV. Okay, so it is the Gremiashki on very low health. So let's do the attack run. is really not maneuvering, so this should be a kill. And of course, 0 damage done. That's the Japanese dive bomber experience for you right now. In the meantime, I'm already getting shot at by this bloody battleship, and he eats 2 more torpedoes, but he's still quite high health. I'll get already the high caliber award, but it won't help me much if I'm getting obliterated by him. So I really have to keep on the push with my torpedo bombers here. And I also have 2 destroyers closing in from behind, so that's not really a situation you want to be in. Now I'm trying to move behind this island to get out of his line of fire, but this is a ZUIHO, so it does alright in a straight line. It does. I'm right now on 28 knots. Turning is it's a bit sluggish. Now he's turning here, so that's less than ideal. I really should have maneuvered a little bit, but I should be able to finish him off with the second torpedo squad, because this... that's quite messed up actually. Will we get lucky? I think so. 1. Oh, so close. Well, he is flooding, so there is actually a chance that we'll finish him off. But I really should have aimed these runs a little bit better. Especially the second one. American battleships turned quite nicely, but he did slow down quite considerably, so that was absolutely my mistake there. Oops, and there he goes. So flooding did actually finish him off. Now, come on. Come on, come on, come on, destroyer. Finish off that enemy CV. Please, please, please. I'm moving it with my planes as well, and I know I will be shortly found by those destroyers who are coming straight for me. And this ZUIHO is making some excellent work avoiding this guy who, well, who will get just obliterated. That was a really nice shot. Nailing destroyers with torpedo squads is delicate work. So that was a really good job by him. And I do manage to land 2 torpedo hits on that ZUIHO, but it's not enough for me to finish him off. And there are the 2 destroyers who are closing in for the kill. Bloody hell. Now I have 1 more torpedo squad just coming up, so that's something I will try to move in for defend. And there are torpedoes in the way. I'm trying to maneuver here frantically. Now he's turning hard, so I'm breaking off the attack, and we'll go for another run from below. Come on, come on, come on, let's do it. And that looks good, and bingo! Suck on that. But I'm pretty much doomed here. I'm under air attack, and it seems he's really upset by the fact that he just got outplayed by planes in the most maneuverable ship of the game. Ah well, sucks to be you. And of course, there we go, I really can't do anything about those. So I go down into my wet and fiery grave. So, loss or no loss, this was rather fun. Especially as we got a high caliber award and a Confederate award out of it as well. Over 500,000 credits and over 4,000 experience. Now, this came after some hard work. We did score overall 23 torpedo hits despite, well, as you did see, messing up quite a lot of the runs, and sunk 4 enemy ships. Now you can see that I only managed to hit 1 bloody bomb attack, so yeah, that's the difference, and the difference will be extremely visible on the last slide as well. But right now let's move over to the scoreboard, and oh well, it seems the carriers did really good in this match. Well, if I do say so myself. I managed to score almost as much experience as that guy on the winning team. Over 1800 base XP, not too shabby. Well, unfortunately my team could have lasted a little bit longer, and I think we could have snatched that win, but it was not to be this time. Not to worry though, look at this damage board, oh my god. So about 134,000 direct damage with torpedo hits, comparing direct bomb hits 1500. Yeah, that's why people like to take torpedo squads more to the battle than dive bomber squads. Oh well. Well, we did do some quite nice damage with the flooding as well. We did cause flooding 14 times and that amounted to 24,000 damage. Not to mention the 1300 damage by the fire, and even our secondary guns did actually some damage, which is really rare. That's about 700. All of this amounts to just about 160,000 damage. Not bad from a tier 5 ship. So, ladies and gents, this was the ZUIHO. I hope you did enjoy this little replay. Next week we will continue with the usual stuff: armored warfare, World of Tanks, and of course World of Warships. Take care and see you around!